IVM.
And your goals. Like,
And your
I
goals.
love your goal to be India, to be the world's first Indian sex symbol, right? That is like a huge goal right there.
It's a huge goal, and I'm already halfway there. The thing is, I created that in the outside of India before I came here. I was already known as that. Where in LA and stuff, like my friends where I go, like 1 week I might be in Cannes or I might be here, Paris Fashion Week. Like that's the life I've already created for myself. It didn't transpire here. But that goal of being the first Indian sex symbol is not for my outer being validation. It is for the fact that I want validation of being an Indian woman that can wear this. I can wear a bikini tomorrow. If you want me to do a sex scene in a film, I'll do it. That's my job. But I am proud of who I am as a woman, of my skin color, of my body. Till today, people think I've had surgery, Botox. I've not even had a needle on my body. Touch wood. I hope I stay that way. But Indian women specifically in the Western world, we've not been given any recognition for this outer being because we've never promoted it.
Yeah.
Because where is a woman's place?
That's the thing, right? This is your job. Your values are different, and people can't see the.
They can't see the difference. There's no line. There's no even. I mean, right now I'm playing a DSP officer in my film. My next film, I'm playing a housewife. After that, I'm doing the Silk Smita biopic. My last film was a song. Before that was a song. Before that, I played a ghost. Before that, I played a assassin. People are like, "But you usually do songs." I'm like, "So? I'm a trained dancer. Why can't I do songs?" Oh, but it's just item songs, no? Like you'd be typecast. So, why can't I be typecast? Why can't I be that? Why can't I play it? Then it was, but you're playing a DSP officer. We usually do songs.
Sexy DSP officer.
I'm a sexy DSP officer. I'm going to arrest you to give me all your money. But why can't I create my own idea of what I am? Why does it have to be dictated by you? Why can't where I was scared, there was a time, so when I told my parents that I was ready to talk, this was, I think 3 weeks ago we spoke. My mom and dad knew that I finally came to the point where I didn't care about what specifically India would say about my divorce. I hid that for a very long time, that I was divorced, because I wasn't at that level of superstardom to say I'm divorced and people be like, "Oh, it's fine. It's okay.
They accept you the way you
We'll
are
accept you
now,
the way
huh?"
you are." I was still at that level where it was like, "Oh, it's going to be she's from America. She was born in Australia. See, her parents didn't control her, married a non-Indian." But I said, screw it. My life began after that. It really was rocky for the last 10
Oh, yeah,
years.
these are blessings. These are the things that you write in your gratitude journal.
My life began after that. It might have been hard, but when I think of all the countries I went to, the jobs I've done, the people I've met, the lives I've lived, the things I've done, the fun I've had, the sadness I've had, everything came after that divorce. I thank him for doing that. I thank him for letting me go, because
in that particular way, that's the important bit.
Like I said, I pray for drastic endings now. I literally pray for drastic endings now, where even the last person I dated, it was like, it felt like a movie. It was the first time in 14 years I'd met someone that genuinely, I was like, this is a great human being. It was the most drastic ending, but also not a drastic ending. Nothing happened. It was just, I had to leave. That's it. Got them finished. I'm in India now. Like, I don't know when I'm coming back home. I'll see you whenever. But it was drastic. But I have to pray to God like that now, because otherwise I'll try and fix it. I'll keep trying to pull it. It's like, that thing where you see the meme on Instagram where it's like Jesus with the teddy bear behind his back. And you're like, but I wanted Jesus. And Jesus has like a huge teddy bear behind his back and you have this small one. I'm like, no, give me back. Like, I will keep push doors. And I'm constantly trying to fix things. And then I was broke.
Isn't it tiring?
It is exhausting. People, like, this happened last year. I'm that friend where my best friends had my house key. They would have my location. They would know where I'm at 24/7. I'd be on the phone for 7 hours, even if I've had the worst day possible, or if I've been on set for 15 hours, I'll still be on the phone with you for 7 hours if you need a friend. Then I slowly started cutting back. I turn off my location, take my key away, lie and say I'm not even in the country. Like, that drastic. Where my friends would be like, your car's in the house, though. Like, what do you mean?
So you need your space.
I need my space. But I had a close friend say, you don't love me anymore. And I realized that I'd been that friend to everyone. Whether it was a lover, whether it was a friend, I'd been that person to everyone for so long. Who was there for me? Where, you know, obviously my parents are my best friends, but nowadays there's times where I take breaks from them. Like, I'll speak every day, but I'll take a break and my parents will automatically know. My dad will send me a message and say, Ma, what's happening? Normally you always call. Are you okay? We're here for you. That's what I need.
Nice.
But I couldn't have crutches anymore. I had to slowly break away the crutches, the LA lifestyle, the relationships, the horrible relationships. Like, when I say horrible, when my memoir comes out, if you were to read the things that I put up with and still be like, this is the Chandrika that went from Australia to Singapore to Sydney to LA to India. This girl was putting up with this. When I tell you, it was sheer stupidity. Like, I am healed enough now today to say I was so stupid to not put myself first for the last 14, 15 years of my life. To put someone else's dreams and goals, whether they were a friend, a foe, an enemy, a lover, to put their ideas first, their choices, their dreams, their goals first. I moved to LA for my dreams. Then it was begging someone to stay with me because I had nothing. It's okay, you moved with nothing. Like, you can do it again. You know, I'd rather fight like that than constantly be fighting.
Yeah. So we have a podcast where I've turned this word called salmoning. You know, so many people spend their life like a salmon trying to swim upstream, right? And they're struggling and struggling and struggling. I tell them, but you're not a salmon. Why are you trying to swim upstream? Instead, you need to learn how to flow with the river. Like a raft just by itself will crash against the rock. But you need to flow with the river and learn how to do that.
You also have to know how to take the anchor off the water.
Absolutely.
You know, my friend, when I first moved to LA, I had a conversation with my friend, and he's an actor as well, but he's one of those actors that's not chasing superstardom. He just is happy. And I used to feel bad talking about my goals, saying, no, I'm going to be a superstar, watch. And again, changing the narrative of superstar doesn't mean Instagram followers. Superstar is people recognizing me for what I've done. People telling me, Chandrika, thank you for being the first this, that, whatever. Superstar is not every 100 crore. Yes, my last film was a 100 crore film. And am I going to take that to my grave? It's not my film. I did a song in it. I am a part of it. Fantastic. But that's not, you know. But he told me, he's like, Chandrika, you can't expect to go when you are pushing the anchor further into the water. So the waves can't even push you. That's why you're sitting here like this. You're rocking like this because you're stuck. You have put this, you are driving it into the ocean further. And that floating, I'm in that level now where there's things that are knocking me this way and knocking me that way. But then it's so odd for me to just be like, that's life. Like, there's a certain few things that are going on in my work life at the moment. And obviously I have an incredible team, but because I'm close to my parents, I tell them everything. My mom and dad had genuine concern. And the other day I said, so be it.
It's okay.
They were like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, they were, and this is something I've done. I'm so used to having bad things happen to me, touch wood.
You don't say touch wood to that.
Like, I don't want it to ever happen again. I'm so used to having bad things happen to me that I used to anticipate it. Like, I would anticipate.
Of course it's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
No, but I would look forward to bad things happening because that's all I knew how to navigate.
Yeah, that's your norm.
That's my norm. My norm is usually, strapped for cash. I don't know how I'm going to pay rent. This, that. My boyfriend left me. Oh, my boyfriend cheated on me. Oh, this friend is a bad friend. Oh, this. It was constant. That's all I knew. But I still had to continue this path of superstardom. But also not tell people that was my path because Me explaining to you what my superstardom is one thing. If you just heard me talking on the street like I'm going to be a superstar, I'd be like, of course, another girl that just wants to be some star. Instead of understanding why I want to be a star, why I've been chasing stardom.
And do you have a plan? Do you have a goal? Do you have
Exactly.
all these things, right?
Without knowing, this is 32 years in the making. I started performing at 3 years old. This path is never going to go. I don't have a backup plan. I've never had a backup plan. My backup plan has been this. Like all roads lead to this one thing that I'm constantly doing. The phone is constantly rang. Might not be at the time that I wanted it, but it's constantly rung. But that path has always been my path. But I've had to fight all these battles on the side, but still be solo on this path. Right. I remember telling my therapist this last year, you know, when people usually go through things that they go through, they see darkness. I didn't see darkness. I started imagining myself in the middle of like the Nevada desert, imagine. And all I see is desert and mountain ranges. But I turn back and I can see lights and I can see pictures and collages of my family and one good relationship, some good friends, a memory here, this trip, but then now there's no path. And I'm like, where do I go? It's not darkness. And then I realized that was my reconnection with God. I had to come back to God. That's why I'm not seeing darkness. I had to come to the point where I was like, I need God. Pray through it, pray with it, pray. Everything is prayer. Pray. And my guru used to say no single silly prayer goes unanswered. And it wasn't about I had to go and sit and recite Trishadi and this and that. It was just I had to sincerely say, God, I need your help. And also actively make the changes. Take away the distractions. Take away the bandages.
You have to put the work in.
I had to put the work in. Even in that, the imposter syndrome came with, you're not a good person. That's why God's not helping you. You're doing this, you did this, your past sins, your past mistakes. That's why God's not helping you. Instead of being like, no, you're lost. And you know, for me, that junction is very, very prevalent in every aspect of my life. Yeah. Because I'm not a girl that's lived a one-dimensional life. I was born to parents from Singapore, Indian grandparents. I was born in Australia, lived in LA for the most important parts of my life, and now have India. So I'm at a three-way junction in every aspect of my life. My career.
Everything's a fruit salad.
Everything is a fruit salad. Even a relationship.
Yeah.
Where I've never really seen myself dating an Indian man. And not because I have any discrimination or anything, but the ones that I've come across have not appreciated my strong-headedness, my uniqueness and whatever. But then it's, whoever I do date, do they appreciate this? Everything is a three-way
jump. But they have like a checklist then that you have to go through.
I usually have a checklist. And my main checklist is, are you okay with me being this person? And I've never really had issues with the men that I've been with, you know, the men that I've dated. But that junction is something I'm constantly in. Like I'm constantly having to, is this Indian? Is this not? Is this? Who is this in line with old me? Is this in line with new me? Is this, you know, that constant.
The chitter chatter has to happen.
I used to think that if there's no chitter chatter, it's perfect. I used to think that it's supposed to be easy. It's not. You're supposed to ask yourself these tough questions. You're supposed to question, what is your impact in the world? I always tell people that my most important thing is what people say after I'm gone. I want some kid 50 years down the line, hopefully 100 years, but some kid to be like, there was this girl that did this and did that and created a new narrative. And that's why we're here today. Because that's what people say about people like Sophia Loren and Salma Hayek and Penelope Cruz and the people that I looked up to and still look up to. That's what people used to say about that. Silk Smitha, number one on my list. That's why I'm doing her biopic. I want people to say that about me. She created her own narrative. She fought. She did this. She was a soldier. She fought battles. And now her scars are a lighthouse for people.
Yeah. And you can look at these and follow.
I can now look back and smile and say, wow, I did all of that. I battled all of this. And yes, having parents and supportive parents and all this is great, but I did it myself. I literally fought these battles myself. I didn't have funds to get me out of it. I didn't have rich parents. I didn't have superstardom at that time.
Follow the fight. I think that's the beautiful one.
It was just follow the fight. In a way, the constant fighting got me to this floating. If I didn't experience that constant fight, I wouldn't crave this floating so badly. Where now everything I do in life has to bring me peace.
So that's the new direction
that
for
is
you.
everything. Everything in my life is about peace now.
Amazing.
Everything.
IVM.